Nyght, ride on the track.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? How you doing? I already see everybody in the chat already. I was here before we was, Aunt.
I
What you
know,
doing?
right?
What's up, Big Aunt? Big Worm?
Big
Worm?
Aunt, what's up?
What's going on, sir? How you doing? How you doing? Everybody that's in the chat, I see all two of you watching. Go ahead and share this content out. Definitely. It's about to be a real one. Mike was like, try to make it an hour and a half. We'll see. We'll see how the conversation flows today. So be prepared to have your sip of wine or whatever you drink, Kool-Aid, whatever you're sipping on, get that together right now because it's about to go down.
Yeah.
It's about to go down. So
your mug,
on that note, we just go ahead and introduce who we are in case you guys don't know. We are the ladies of Champagne Confessions. And, we got one of our crew members from Atlanta Falcons Nation as well, Dirty Birds, Lady Birds of AFN, but she's just an honorary, look, they all guests on this show anyway. So she's a part of the team of Champagne Confessions regardless. What's going on, ladies? What's going on, ladies? How are you guys doing today?
Auntie, how you doing?
Doing great. Wonderful.
Good.
Good. You had a good day. You enjoying the hot weather? Semi-hot,
Right.
uncomfortable weather.
Uncomfortable, yeah.
Is it, messing up your allergies a little bit? A lot of people getting messed up because of these allergies lately.
Oh, yeah.
Let's not even talk about that. I'm glad to have my voice back because this pollen is tripping and it won't even allow me to wear my contacts sometimes. I'm like, dang.
Girl,
I'm ready.
I'm over here struggling because I gotta go see my ENT soon. I have polyps right here. So I barely have airways, so I can't taste. Yeah. And then of course pollen just makes it worse. I'm they're like, you crying? No, I'm straight. I'm good, but no, I'm not crying. But in case you don't know who we are, go ahead and introduce yourself to my left.
It's me. Yeah. Your girl, Miss Kai, Coach Kai, your friend Kai, whatever you want to call me, just have Kai behind it.
Miss Kai, Miss Kai. And who's right next to Miss Kai? I'm trying to get my I can't guide airplanes because I don't know which way to go. So, don't let me guide y'all backwards and stuff like that. I can't get it together,
To y'all
Disco Inferno, So right. That way, right there.
Yes. I am known to the AFN podcast as Auntie Pam from the good old Columbus, Georgia. Hello.
That's right. Hello, everybody. And of course, y'all know who I am, Miss Maggie T. Maggie T Productions, to be, exact. I do event planning. We're getting out to do some community stuff whenever we can get that together. So a lot of things that we got going on under Maggie T Productions, my mental space, etc. So you're going to see my face everywhere. Atlanta Falcons Nation, everywhere. So you're going to get sick of it. you're going to get sick of it. But as long as you support every piece of everything that I got going on and love and hug on me, I appreciate it, you know, and give all these ladies their flowers as well, because it's just not me making this run. It's not me just making this operate. So, and the fellas, you know, y'all got to get mentioned too, like Big Ant, Big Sexy. What's up, LLQJ? Hey, ladies. QJ. All right, then. Okay, then. All right. So let's go ahead and get this party started. It's going to be a good one. But first, we're going to start off with a little bit of my mental space motivational moment. We always have something inspiring, and sometimes it might not be so nice either. You know, sometimes you need a little tough love and a little, you know, kick in the butt a little bit about some things, because this is what this episode is going to be about. It's, you know, you're going to learn a lot tonight. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get this, you know, according to My Mental Space Incorporated. Yeah, I'll keep note of that. Keep note of it. But, you know, we want to build a community to help, you know, everybody get their mental together, because that's most important. What's up, Mad Mike? What's going on, sir? But on that, let's go ahead and get this quote for real, for real. So let me take off that banner so you guys can read it, because, you know, everybody didn't pass Hook on Phonics 101. So it says, your boundaries are not making you lose friends or family members. Your boundaries are making you lose gaslighters, emotional abusers, needy and greedy manipulators, self-centered narcissists, and energy draining vampires. Keep standing up for yourself. You're doing great. Let's just kind of just think about that. Just that's a little, you know, of course, sometimes our quotes are a little nice and beautiful. Oh, you're wonderful. Oh, daily affirmations. But sometimes you need to be reminded that we have to make decisions for our mental health. And that comes with setting those healthy boundaries. What do you got to say on that, Kai?
I agree. You know, when I had to take a moment to sit with myself, this is something that I went through, and I did feel like, you know, where it says your boundaries are not making you lose friends. That's what it felt like, right? But I had to learn that it is exactly what it says. It's just making you lose the gaslighters, the emotional abusers, you know, needy and greedy manipulators, self-centered. You know, I, for one, probably had a lot to do with that self-centered myself, you know, dealing with my issues. But at the end of the day, I'm glad that I took this statement to, you know, to heart. So I agree 100% with this. 100%.
100. Okay. And Miss Auntie Pam, what do you think about that quote? You know, of course, you know, you're a bit more seasoned than we are. So pretty sure you look like a lady that, you know, takes no crap, and, you know, you're about your business. So, you know, let us know about, you know, this quote here, you know, how it makes you feel.
I pretty much agree with it. But also, you just have to get to a quiet place and just meditate and just shut out everything and just pray. I think prayers will answer all what's going on with a lot of things in everybody's personal life.
Yep.
And I like that you said that, because sometimes we can't take it personal. Even though those, you know, those boundaries are set in place, but you're doing it for yourself. But at the same time, you also maybe just a little break or space from that person so they can kind of get themselves together as well. You know, it's something going on with them to create these toxic things and behave the way they do. We don't wake up with you. We're not laying right next to you. We don't know what's going on at home. We don't know what's going on in your relationships, school, finances. So it could be a lot of things that's going on. But when you portray that energy, that negativity towards people that are you know, that are there for you.
Yep.
You know, it's not a good thing. You gotta take accountability for how you treat people.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, because even though you can't take it personally, it's hard to sometimes, especially depending on who it's coming from, to not take it personally. But I think communication, even from that person that's going through that, you know, from the person that's receiving, just having that, hey, you know, I don't. If I'm offending you, if I'm making you feel some type of way, I don't mean to. Look, I'm just doing that, and then just keep it moving and do what you got to do. I think that can help, because a lot of times we shut out and then you can just assume, you know, which is not good. So I think just it all goes back to communication for me. You know, just communicating how you're feeling, and then, you know, just it's fine. Do what you need to do. Take your time, and that's it. No explanation.
No, I like that. I like that you said no explanation. Sometimes we don't owe people explanations, but, you know, apologies. You know what? Maybe I came at you a little too harsh about this, but like you said, taking accountability for it. But I'm not going to explain, you know, go into detail as to why. But it's like, you know, I'm kind of going through some things. I didn't mean to lash out on you. Maybe I approached it wrong. But let me reiterate how I feel, though. You know, that doesn't change what I said. You know, maybe it was the delivery of what I said, but I mean what I say. Yeah. So, what, you know, you got anything to add to that? Then we're going to move on to the next topic.
I don't. It's just plain and simple. You know,
you covered it.
Set some healthy boundaries. Set healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries. Okay, so that's all I got on that one.
Yeah. All right. So, of course, you already know. Right after that, since it's not Women's History Month anymore, we're just going to go straight to the hot topics.
Let me pull it up.
You know, it gets good. Let me get my drink and get ready to go, because it's about to get good. And I know everybody's going to be having a lot to say. So go ahead and share this out right now. Definitely. On all platforms. You can go ahead and just click that little share button at the bottom. You can share it to Twitter. You can share it to Facebook. Okay. Or you can do I think Instagram stories. I'm telling you now, I'm gonna come after y'all. All right. If you don't do that, I should see more than this in chat, because we ain't got no show on right about now. All right. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and just pull up our next topic.
Yeah, go ahead and pull that up. Get y'all cans, bottles, mugs. I don't know. Come on.
Oh, and she's beautiful though. She's beautiful, but of course, this is kind of one of those mixed situations that, you know, we're gonna go into it. But let's talk about what's going on right now. Then I'll go into that subject.
Let's talk about it.
Lizzo says, "I quit," in an emotional Instagram post amid legal battles. So I have that actual quote here, ladies and gentlemen. So it's kind of what she said on Instagram, and everybody just like, wait a minute, you know, what is she doing? Is she quitting? Oh my God, what's happening? So it basically says, "I'm getting tired of putting up with being dragged by everyone in my life and on the internet. All I want is to make music and make people happy and help the world be a little better than how I found it. But I'm starting to feel like the world doesn't want me in it. I'm constantly up against lies being told about me for clout and views, being the butt of the jokes every single time because of how I look, my character being picked apart by people who don't know me, and disrespecting my name. I didn't sign up for this shit, and I quit. If you got kids, I'm sorry. Disclaimer."
Disclaimer.
I'm gonna lay it up there for a moment so you can kind of read that, you know, ponder on it, because not everybody had a chance or follow Lizzo to even, you know, begin to even pay attention to it. But I think this is just, it just kind of plays into my mental space, you know, brand of things. We always talk about promoting positivity and better mental health. And I think this was one of those, you know what? I'm not all right. And I have to say
sick of them. She's sick of y'all. She's sick of y'all. Just say it, Maggie, because I told you we're done holding y'all hands or whatever. You know, we try, and Maggie trying to ease some listeners out there, because I'm pretty sure if you're not listening now, there are going to be some listeners that come across this show. And my question is, how dare you? And what gives you a right to talk about another child of God? Yeah, I'm not afraid to say his name like some of us are. Another child of God, another imperfect human being. And when I say another, because you are too, have a right, you know, just to talk about just Lizzo herself, not even to name other people out there, but this woman, for the past few years, her name has been in somebody's mouth. Oh yeah. And it's so sick that we try to say that we're you know, we're these we're adults, you know, and we're this and we're that. But how dare you? Why is it your business to call her, you call what they calling her fat, what else, Maggie? Just name it. I don't give a damn what it is.
It's pretty much all of it is fat jokes. It went from of course she was, you know, of a bigger size than she is now. Yeah. And she was embracing it. And she also employed other women of plus size and more to get them a job, go on her tours and things like that. But then they ridiculed. At first, it was like, "Oh, you need to put down the pork chop and get on the treadmill." Okay. Now she's starting to get health conscious, because you don't got to be a size 2 people to be healthy, right? Yeah. But she took it a step of herself. Was like, you know what? I'm going to exercise so I can at least feel better about me, you know, physically, because a healthy body is a better body.
Okay, well, go ahead and write her name down and send her straight to hell for wanting to be a healthier person and not giving a damn about what other people have to say. I'm going to tell you this. Not everybody looking at me agrees with me the way I look. You might not like these earrings. I don't give a damn what you like. I might not like what you look like or what you got on. Should you give a damn? That's my point. Nobody likes your bright ass yellow shirt, Maggie, and your necklace on. Auntie, they hate how your hair down. Why you got your hair like that? Why you ain't got a curl like this or got it going up? I don't like. So what?
You're speaking the truth, though, Kai. It's like it's critiques, and no matter what you do, they got like the natural body ladies that choose not to get the alterations and things like that. And it was like, oh my God, you know, you put in, like, what's her name? Coy. She's a rapper, a singer, or something. She's naturally skinny like me, you know, and that's just who I am. I'm naturally skinny. I think the highest weight I've ever made was at 180. Okay, but with height, you can't even tell that. You just saw it in my face.
That. We got a problem with that. You need to be 280. We got a problem with that. We don't like that. Yeah. We don't like that you're screaming.
Man might say, why are you screaming, woman? Why are you screaming?
Why you be screaming? Now, I don't care.
It's sad that the public, you know, has a certain stereotype of how you should look, or how you should wear your hair, or how should you dress and everything else. It's very sad. But
it's very sad now. I mean,
that's the world. You know, they ridicule everything. You know, you can go out there thinking, "Oh, I'm looking good," and then they'll tell every bit.
Oh, honey, why did you put that on, girl? Who told you that looked good? This, that, and the other. Why you don't have these type of shoes on? Why you want to be unique and wear what you want to wear?
Yes.
So, I have a quote. I mean, an audio clip. I'm going to put her picture back up because I just thought she just looks so beautiful in this picture.
Pretty.
She's beautiful to me.
Yeah.
And I like a little meat, you know. I like a little meat. Just saying. Ain't nothing wrong with it. So,
she's a beautiful lady.
Yeah.
So there's an audio because everybody was asking, is she really quitting? So, and then we'll go into it a little bit more, and then we'll move on to the next one. But I got an audio sound. I hope it's not too loud, but let me cut it down just a little bit.
Mike, you know you're my brother.
But here's the quote in the clip, everybody. Just kind of listen in and just explain. This is after she made that Instagram post that she was quitting. She addressed it after that.
I want to make this video because I just need to clarify. When I say I quit, I mean I quit giving any negative energy attention. What I'm not going to quit is the joy of my life, which is making music, which is connecting to people. Because I know I'm not alone. In no way, shape, or form am I the only person who is experiencing that negative voice that seems to be louder than the positive. If I can just give one person the inspiration or motivation to stand up for themselves and say they quit letting negative people win, negative comments win, then I've done even more than I could have hoped for. With that being said, I'm going to keep moving forward. I'm going to keep being me. Once again, I just want to say thank you. The love that I've received, means more than you know. I want to make this video because I just need.
So, and that was kind of the gist of it. It's kind of rerouting again. So, so she just basically was just saying, like we said, she's not quitting, actually. But I think this was her vulnerable moment. And she's had a few of those before. Mm-hmm. She's had a breakdown. She even admitted that she does deal with her own mental issues, and because of what people said about her, she's not being accepted because of her size in the industry. Mm-hmm. One thing I do like about Lizzo, not everybody listens to her. You know, that's your personal preference. You know, oh, she had her butt cheeks out at a basketball game, but so did Nicki Minaj.
Oh yeah,
y'all ain't saying nothing about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, but
Kim.
her latest album she had, it's about a few years old now. She was promoting body positivity. You can't hate on me. I'm better. It was one song that she did. Oh, what is that song? I love that.
It's oh God.
I can't think of it right now. But it was they using a lot of her like workout stuff, and I can't think of it right now. Y'all, I'm gonna see.
Think of it. I'm trying to look it up. Hold on. Let me see.
That was one of my favorite songs, and it actually hit me because I was going through some emotional depression.
About damn time. Good as hell.
It wasn't about damn time.
Which one is it?
Let me look at her track list, song list.
Yeah, look it up so I can get it.
Yeah. Special. Yep.
Yep. Okay.
You're special. Yep. Mm-hmm. Basically, she's like, you're special no matter who you are, what size you are. Just be reminded that you're amazing. You're worth it. You're special. You're unique. It's because everybody's saying whatever they got to say. You're special.
Yes.
And don't forget that. And that's what she promoted.
Yep.
She promoted that. And it was like a lot of us get down in the dumps about, I don't look a certain way, or I'm not achieving this certain thing. I don't have a lot of support in my life and this and that. You got you. You're special. You're special. Love you. That's all that matters. And that's pretty much what that, so what? I'm special. You know, so I just thought that was beautiful. But of course, we got to kind of get into, you know, what's happening with her, though. Some parent allegations going around that there's just basically some dancers on her tour basically is accusing her of sexual harassment by her former background dancers.
Yep.
Now, there was supposed to have been a documentary And they were saying she was fat shaming. It basically here it says they spoke out last year, charges against her, saying that they were asked to put certain items in their personal areas at a sex show or something like that. Body shaming, harassment. And according to some sources, she actually tried to dismiss that case. Now, I heard there was some rumors that some of the girls kind of pulled away from it because it was more than that. So I guess they're still saying it's the 3 ladies. But some of them was like, well, I kind of made that up, you know, or whatever. So it's kind of just like, my thing is not saying I am defending her in this aspect, because that's a serious offense if it's true. Yeah. But people are innocent until they're proven guilty.
Yeah.
Right.
So until everything is out there and said, and you know, whatever they do with this court case, because the lawyer was like, oh, that I quit was her tantrum at this point. You know, you're just being a drama queen at this point. You're making a big deal because guess what? Your case of taking it away was dismissed. So what do y'all feel about that story, Pam? Did you hear a little bit about that at all?
I heard bits and pieces of that, you know, but my feelings on it, the media has to put a twist on the story, so you don't know what is facts or fiction.
Yeah, there you go. And that's why I say allegedly, because it's like I can only go by what is reported to us. I'm not directly in that source, and I'm not in that courtroom with these individuals. But at the same time, we're so quick to go ahead and throw them under the bridge and lock them up, lock and key. But it's nothing has been on, you know, they haven't went to court about it yet.
Right.
It's still out there. So it's like, until that happens, we just going to get bits and pieces of whatever we hear as far as rumors. I heard Staniqua and them say that person said, you know, so we don't know.
Don't know.
Yeah. We don't
what do you
know.
think about that, Kai?
I mean, same thing. I mean, like you said, innocent until proven guilty. That's what the law says. So we gonna and that's fair. That is some serious allegations. I mean, it's alleged, but if something like that were to be true, I can't see Lizzo doing that. And you know how at times we can get caught up in
the fame, the moment,
and it's not what we don't mean for things to come across that way. But it can. People can take things out of context. So, but I just cannot see Lizzo. And it's kind of like, well, how can you get that? Well, based on what I'm reading, because I'm like, well, what was actually said? And I just see, I had pulled up the article from Vulture, New York Vulture. Who is this? Jason P. Frank. So when it said, like, for instance, I'm not going to read everything, but just the line where it says, I guess, the dancers claim while on Lizzo invited them to that nude performance that you were talking about in Amsterdam, and said they went out of fear of losing their jobs. Now, while their lawsuit claims that Lizzo began leading a chant to get Davis, I guess it was one of the background dancers, to touch one of the performers' breasts, said that Miss Davis said 3 times loud enough for all to hear, "I'm good." So I'm like, okay, could at any point, you know, just playing around, touch. I don't know. I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm just trying to see.
I mean, there's been times where you be like, "Oh, friend, you know, whatever." But like you said, we're not excusing it. But it's like sometimes women do. You know, be like, "Oh, you look so cute, girl. Look at your butt," you know, and little stuff like that. Is it out of context, or is she really that type of person? But we don't know who Lizzo is. You at the same time, so like you said, I wouldn't think that she would do that, but pedophiles and all that kind of stuff is out there, and you at least expect it to be the sweetest, most beautifulest person you think they are. Then they just got a dark side behind them. So we don't know. Until it's still allegedly, alleged things.
And
so,
did this happen in a foreign country?
Amsterdam.
So the culture may you don't know what the culture of that country is. So
I mean, apparently some probably was with it. If that was, we're gonna move on from this topic because we can go in on this one. But
the truth always comes out.
The truth does come to light now. So if this is a publicity stunt because you're guilty, that's a whole nother conversation. And then that's your reputation, that's your music, that's everything. Because a lot of heavier set women that adores her because she got the new cloak, the underwear line and athletic wear where it fits a plus size lady comfortably. And she wears it and flaunts it and everything else. And everybody just like, wow, I love it. You got things that kind of fits up here now, used to be where it's all lumpy out and it's not, heavier set ladies, and especially with bigger sizes, breasts and things. It ain't got no support going on up here. You got to go to certain spots to get certain type of bras. So Lizzo is just like, you know what? I'm a big girl and I got big breasts. So let me design something that I would wear as well as you. So I like that. So I hope it's not true.
Hopefully
I hope it's not. I don't.
Maybe it's a misunderstanding.
Gosh.
Now, speaking of gosh.
Oh Lord.
Oh boy. We're sports ladies, so of course we got to kind of get, and shout out to Magnus for bringing this out to my attention because I ain't even been seeing the news about this, so I had to kind of catch up on it. But apparently, Rashee Rice has admitted to involvement in Dallas car crash after police suspected Kansas City Chiefs star raced his Corvette and caused accidents before fleeing the scene. Just let y'all, football heads kind of ponder on that a little bit as I bring up this, what's kind of happened. Because at one point, they was actually looking for him. And from what I know, seeing now, according to sources, I always do my due diligence and paying, getting all my facts and stats before we talk about this. But he's admitted it. He's admitted that well, let me go to the article real quick so I can give y'all the skinny on it. Then we can get into our topics and stuff like that. So he was involved in a car crash that injured multiple people in Dallas Saturday, and he admitted it to the company that owns the Lambo. Rice owned a Corvette that was involved in the crash and leased the Lambo from a company called the Classic Lifestyle. Rice was in the Lambo at the time of the crash, and according to the leasing agreement, he's the only person who was permitted to drive the car. This, according to Cal Coker, the attorney representing Classic Lifestyle. So, of course, they in there like, hey, don't blame us. Coker tells TMZ Sports Rice fired off a text shortly after the wreck, acknowledging he was involved in the crash and promising to pay for the Lambo, which was totaled. We're told one of Rice's friends was driving. We were told that Rice's friends was driving the Corvette, but Coker says Rice, a Classic Lifestyle customer since his days as a student at SMU, was leasing the 2021 black Lambo for $1,749 a day. Now that's a dumbass. You riding around and renting and you racing it. I'm sorry, y'all, but you're racing the vehicle that you're renting at that amount.
Right.
When you ain't even got into. All right, we're gonna get into it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go back to. Hold on, let me finish. As we reported, the Dallas PD wants to speak with Rice and others who left the scene immediately after the crash. Of course, he's. I guess now they're saying he's cooperating. It appeared the drivers on the Lambo and Corvette was racing when they caused a massive accident on a Dallas expressway. Miraculously, no one was seriously injured. They said Rice was with friends at a bar restaurant called, they telling it all, Local Tab and Table hours before the crash, where they were seen celebrating. What? Okay. Rice's attorney said he is cooperating with police and will take all necessary steps to address this situation responsibly. Both the NFL and the Chiefs, meanwhile, have said they're looking to the situation. So, yeah, that's the gist of it, people. If you ain't quite heard what happened, there you have it. Yeah, thoughts on that, ladies? What do you think about that?
Dumb, right? Dumb. Rashid, that is dumb.
Dumb.
You, boy, you supposed to go and take that money, live an honest life, do your job, okay, and go sit your tail down somewhere and have some fun, some other kind of way. Like, why are you risking it? Because you know. Look at you, Rashi. Look at you, and then hey,
you know that NFL love to make a perfect example out of that situation. They gonna make an example out of him. Oh,
I don't know what you doing.
They going to.
But honey, you out now. You got to lay in it. You done made the bed. Now you're gonna have to figure this junk out. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. All you had to do was go sit your tail down somewhere, get your cash flow. Okay, you supposed to be somewhere chilling out, working out. But no, you got to go race some cars. You got to go call some crashes.
What are they celebrating in the first place?
Being stupid.
After months and months later, though, what are you celebrating? What are you celebrating?
What is the deal with these athletes get these fast cars and just race it in the highway and not care, not a care in the world who they put at risk?
My thing is, Pam, though, I mean, if you're going to race some stuff, race something that you bought and owned. So that's your car that you crashed, but you're renting it.
Renting it, though. Dumb. You racing in a rental car. For $2,000 a day.
Oh, that's everybody saying dumb.
Oh, now you paying for it now. It's completely totaled.
Oh, honey. Shoot.
It's completely over with. So all your little bonus and all whatever you had, whatever you got as far as that, contract and all that going on, buddy, that's going on to pay that off.
Now celebrate that.
And then now that's not even include because the NFL is looking into it. Oh, they getting ready to go ahead and make you a perfect example. Deshaun Watson,
doing this dumb
Gavin Ridley. They're gonna make an example out of this young man.
Yeah.
All of y'all. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. And y'all keep, and y'all
exactly.
Y'all keep doing this, and y'all want to say, "Oh, they don't care." Y'all don't either. Like, I
didn't see that video, Vincent. More. He said I saw the video that people had posted on Twitter. Did you see it?
Oh Lord, I didn't see that.
They got him running away. Girl. That was dumb.
Oh, I think that's what I pulled up right here. I pulled up
there and I saw that.
Oh, dumb. Absolutely. Y'all go ahead and share this content out. We appreciate you tuning in, but go ahead, chat. I see y'all over here like, what in the world?
Girl, this is ridiculous. Like, y'all.
It's like the UGA player that every year they end it for DUI.
That's what. And it actually costs a death. Two deaths in there.
Two?
Well, no, I'm talking about the one that just happened this year. There's another one.
See, that's another one. Yep, I forgot about that one.
The player, good Lord. What a lot of Falcons fans wanted to draft, and you got to realize that's the character issue, and Arthur Blanks is not going to touch that.
Absolutely not.
We don't know how.
He don't want no scandals in his.
We don't want no scandals, and we didn't want that price tag either.
Exactly.
Why
He
we
needed to
just
get out.
can't?
He needed to get out of the Georgia. So I think Philly was the best fit for him in that situation.
But why are we risking our lives and other people's lives just to have a good fun for a
Because
couple
they got
of
the
hours?
money and they don't care.
That's it.
There's no accountability. It's like, what can happen? I'm a star.
Okay, you're a star now, but any moment your life can change like that. Oh, you a star for 5 minutes.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be a perfect example. Trust
Getting
and
your
believe.
money and sitting your tail
Sit
down
down.
somewhere.
It was one of these players that's I can't think of who it is right now.
Ruggs in Raiders.
He's in
jail.
I'm not the one that say I'm just here so I won't be fine. What's his name? He basically was saying that he pretty much stack his money and he don't go crazy with what he spends. He's just trying to make sure his family is straight. He's straight. Just be like that, people. Just get your money, invest it.
Right.
Be that stand-up person.
It was Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, that's what you got. My bad. Yeah. Thank you, Vincent.
Marshawn Lynch. He definitely did well with. I mean, like he said, he was not the smartest guy in the room, but he figured out that that he had to have a financial manager, to help him.
So it's like NFL. We got to get to these young guys.
Yeah.
Coming into this league, especially if they're coming from college already with that behavior.
That's part of the rookie,
quarterbacks that want to be alcoholics leaving UGA. We got to talk to these people about their mental health, as well as your financial health, as well as you in the public, man. So you're gonna have to calm yourself down and stay out of the media and doing dumb shit. You need great mentors and people that's gonna tell you, sit down. You in a great opportunity that they could pay you top dollar if you that athlete.
Maggie,
what you worried about trying to impress people and everything else. What you say?
What I just say? You see where you're going into? But look, who's watching them? Younger athletes, just kids in general, but especially the younger athletes looking up to that. And so now what I'm gonna do, what you gonna do, Miss Pam, you too. You got kids that we all know kids that's a part of our lives some type of way. We gonna make it while the NFL and everybody else make an example out of you. We gonna make an example out of you too to my kids. Yeah, pull them up.
QJ said toxic people with money.
That's exactly.
That's all it is.
That goes right along with the Super Bowl win. So hey, got some arrogance in him that he can do whatever he wants to do.
Come on, y'all. Get these young people a chance, because y'all ain't helping. Y'all just doing dumber and dumber. I don't know what y'all doing. People, I don't know. I'm so sorry.
Each organization, I believe, set up for the rookies some kind of financial management, how to budget the money. And some, I know for the Falcons, I know the Falcons does that with the
Speaking
rookies.
of the Falcons, have you guys heard that clip from Raheem?
Oh, I saw that.
I'm gonna find that and I'm gonna play it. I think I'm gonna have that for the next show. You gotta hear that when he's in there. He's tearing them a new one. Like, you're accountable for yourself. If you're not gonna be this, we got a whole other team that you can go to. But you're not gonna play that over here. We're all about. But we're gonna get into that. We gotta get to the next topic though. I'm getting all excited about it. But go check that out. Go check that out. Because I just heard it in a conference with the Atlanta Falcons Nation team.
Of AFM on that.
We can do that. That's right. We can bring that up for that one. So let's go ahead and get right into our next one, because of course I already knew this topic was gonna go a little longer, because I had something to say about that. Because it's like, don't be a dumbass.
Yeah, he was.
Please, just don't be a dumbass. So, our main topic for today. Oh shit, wrong one. Myself. What is? Okay. Here we go. How do you recognize the signs of a toxic friendship, and when do you let go? And this is for a viewer request, so I'm excited about that. And we are taking suggestions of topics as well. So if you have something you feel interested in us talking about, give us a hint, drop it on our comments, wherever you can find us on social media. We're listening. So if you have something that you want to request, we're all for it. So you can put it in the chat right now. We'll go ahead. I'll screenshot it and put Nyght and rock it down. So, but we're talking about toxic friendships. So how do you recognize the signs of a toxic friendship, and where do you, how do you let go? So first, we got to kind of get into what is a toxic friend. Now, people, we got to listen to this and listen to it, because you might not even know that you have a toxic friend.
That's true.
You just know that friend is like, oh my God, this person is really pissed me off, get on my nerves every day, but I love them and I hate them. But they're my friend for 16, 12, since high school, middle school, junior, all that, elementary school. Okay. Yeah, you might be familiar with that person, but is that friend a good friend for you, though? Or have you just kind of overlooked the bad and was like, well, that's just who she is or he is? Is your friend toxic? We talk about toxic relationships, but you can have friendships.
Yep.
See.
What about your friends?
Yep.
You know that song?
Yep.
TLC?
Yep. You got to step back.
What about your friends? Do they stand? Let's go into it. So what is a toxic friend, people? So, of course, we got tips, and, this is something we like to do, as mental health coaches, behavioral health coaches. We not only like to talk about it, but we like to give you some facts about it just a little bit. So, Miss Kai,
yes,
what
ma'am.
is a toxic friend? If you want to go ahead and go in on that one, because I talk so much, I'm going to give you the
That's my friend, y'all. That's my friend. But
I talk too much. I'm going to let you know.
But listen, okay, so what is a toxic friend? All right, everybody get them ears pinned up and all the way. All righty. In a healthy friendship, both friends tend to respect and support one another mutually. Okay?
Mutually.
Yeah.
Key term.
Not one-sided. There's an inherent sense of trust within the relationship. Toxic friends, however, often represent as selfish and challenging. Challenging right there. Challenging. Selfish and challenging. Okay. They may struggle with healthy communication and become aggressive, passive aggressive, or dismissive when they don't get what they want.
Hissy fits.
Okay.
Oh, those are tantrums.
Okay. All right. Everyone has their moments. Of course, we all do. We're human. But toxic friends, we laughing, but we serious, tend to stir drama. Hello. I think I was speaking to Maggie and Mike about this recently. Drama and cause problems on a regular basis. Now, hold on. Before they interpret some wrong stuff, when I said I mentioned this to Maggie and Mike, I didn't mean that they were causing any drama or anything like that.
No, because I'm good. I'm a good person. I don't cause issues and drama.
Okay, well, hold on, my sister
I'm
friend.
special. I'm special.
I want okay. I ain't say all that.
Because I'm that friend that gonna call you out, friend, and say,
I ain't saying all that. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, she's a great sister. I say sister friend because it's more like family. But I was having a conversation about that because just in general, just saying, hey, I don't want to be involved in no drama, even if we're all friends. You know how you have a circle of friends, and well, these 2 or 3 friends might not be seeing eye to eye right now. And guess what I say? That ain't got nothing to do with me. So don't pull me into that. I can give advice, but don't expect me to stop being this person's friend, this person's friend, this person's friend, just because you're not speaking to them. That's not fair to me. I want to stay neutral. Don't pull me into that. I can't. I ain't doing that. So, what y'all think about that?
Miss Pam, since you know you on the show today, I'm asking you. I'm knocking phones over and everything. My bad, people. Let me get my life together over here. But Miss Pam, do I need to put that back up there? You okay? You know, what is a toxic friend? You know, what do you think about that? Have you experienced toxic people as friends?
Oh yeah. Yeah. you just have to, I mean, you could be blind by that, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, because you just want somebody you just want to be friends with somebody, you know. You know, you could overlook their flaws and just make excuses for them every time.
Because we love them.
But boy, down to it, you just got to hit rock bottom. And when you realize that they're not right for you, and you just have to step away from them. You know,
and I'm sure you've done that a few times, Pam.
Yeah. Plenty times.
Everybody on this panel, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I can just look at all y'all and say,
everybody,
you know,
I even had my grandmother warn me, that person not right, you know.
But look,
this was when, you know, younger, you know.
I was a toxic friend at some point.
And that's that accountability, though. That is that accountability. And I'm glad you brought that up, Kai, because I'm gonna let you go into yours, but it's like we're gonna go into, you know, the key signs of a toxic friend, because you know, sometimes, yeah, you might be that toxic friend. No, we talking about toxic friend, but maybe you the one. Who's to say that you're not toxic? Everybody else is toxic. Everybody else is wrong and doing me wrong, but it ain't me. Oh, is it? Oh, is it now?
It's never us. You know that.
Never.
It's never us.
This Gemini over here. No.
Oh,
never toxic. Never.
No.
I'm just saying I'm innocent. So go ahead, Kyle. What you were saying? You was a toxic friend?
I mean, yeah, not to just why I wanted and created drama. It was just, you know, again, we brought this up earlier when we first started the show. I came wrapped up into the selfishness just because of the things that I was going through. Didn't realize that I was being selfish because you don't think about that. You're not thinking about how you're affecting other people around you and how you can just bring the energy down with the same old stuff. And when I say same old, not to discredit anyone's feelings, it's just, it was, even when it was time for me to notice some things about myself, I still turned the blind eye and didn't want to deal with it. That's what I mean by I was a toxic friend at some point of time in my life, and I can admit that. I mean, it is what it is. You know, it's just holding myself accountable to things like that, and that's what helps me move forward and think about other people's feelings. Sometimes I have to get it straight out. It might hurt for a minute and sting. Okay, now I'm gonna say, okay, it's there now. Let's work through it, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So, and because
you hitting home, Kai. You hitting home.
I have to be careful, and we all have to be careful with how we say things and when we do it, because let's say I'm going through whatever, but I'm calling Maggie 6-7 o'clock in the morning with all of my stuff. And it's kind of like, okay, sometimes I might have to, but even in the moment, it's like, look, hey, I don't mean to put this on you before the sun comes up, because I know you have to get on with your day, but I really need you right now. Just something simple like that.
Yeah.
Just acknowledging
that you got some things going on.
You know, but I'm respecting your space, but I really need you. You know, it's just acknowledge that other person involved. That's why it's a mutual thing, man. Because if you're not giving that same energy and you're just taking, it's draining. It's draining.
Yeah.
Maggie, I see. I think you need to talk. You need to say something, don't you?
Yes. So we're gonna get into it. Good evening, Antonia. Okay, what's going on, Antonia?
That's my friend Antonio. Hey, Antonio.
How you doing? Good evening. It can be draining.
Yeah. It
can be. Sometimes you're just like, you know what? I'm just gonna put up with it because I'm supposed to be supporting everybody and I should be able to handle everybody's situations. But a lot of times that you're taking on everybody else's shit and you're not dealing with your own shit. So it's like, okay, I'm dealing with this, I'm dealing with that. You calling me every 20 minutes about this.
Yeah.
You know?
Pulling your hair out.
Right. I don't want to hear it right now. You know, especially when you're overly emotional. I'm sorry, I'm dropping stuff. You're overly emotional. You're some things you can control yourself.
Yep.
Some things you can control yourself. If you're waking up every day in a bad, nasty attitude every day, you go to bed in a bad attitude. What makes you think that person on the phone want to hear that?
Yeah.
Woo.
When I'm over here trying to make sure I get my woosah on and meditate and hear my music and come in and good morning, everybody. It's a positive day.
Right.
And then you calling me, well, guess what? And this person and that person and whatever. And then you just, okay, friend, I hear you. Then, of course, you know, your kids did something in school. Your daughter don't want to go to work, so you got to deal with that. You know, your significant other getting on your damn nerves. Your kids ain't acting right. Shoot, and then you got a stain on your favorite blouse because you thought that was going to be what you wear to work today. So now you're in a bad mood. And the type of Gemini I am, I hold things in. I'll rock to the side and I won't say nothing. Okay. I hear you. But it's a ticking time bomb. So guess what? That's when my toxic energy goes out because I will let you have it. I'll say, I don't give a what you got going on.
To do that.
But you know what? That's my
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Don't call me anymore, Mike. You know what I'm saying? So
she
I don't care.
My name up every time.
I don't care. You're mad about whatever I just did on the show. You're mad. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I want to deal with it. But see, at the same time, I do know I'm diagnosed with PTSD as well as my anxiety and all that going on. So sometimes my mouth can be a little bit kind of, and then I think about it after a while. I'm one of those people that probably is somewhat borderline bipolar because my dad is type 2. So I'll get angry and upset and yell at you. And then it's like 20 minutes later, I'm just like, hey, friend, I'm sorry. I won't say anything. I'm just like, whatever, and ignore everything. I'm that type of person, people. So I know I have some toxic behaviors about myself. But I also don't take no crap from anybody else that wants to include their toxic, their stuff on me. I'm like, I already got enough in my own head where I'm fighting with myself to deal with your stuff too, and her stuff and his stuff. So, and I'm trying to be a positive mental health coach here.
Right.
I'm trying to keep it together.
Therapists, that saying, therapists need therapy as well. So
yeah.
same thing for coaches and everything else. Hey,
I'm sorry, Pam. I'm sorry.
Just hey, being a mental health coach or therapist or whatever doesn't mean you're perfect and you have all the answers either. You know what I mean? That's another thing. If you're a licensed professional that especially newer ones that think that I have to hold it all together because people no. Go through stuff.
Antonio Jordan said, I'm a Taurus. It takes a minute for me to snap on toxic people, but when I do, there is no filter. And sorry,
not sorry.
Yeah.
And that's me. I'm like, you know what? I said it. I sure did. And I meant it, but you know what? Maybe my delivery wasn't the best, but I'm still staying on my business. You know, whatever they're saying now. I'm still saying 10 toes down on what I said, though.
Yeah.
I ain't changing that up. So you're really saying that? Mm-hmm. I sure am. But let me be a little bit nicer to you so you can comprehend what I'm trying to say, though. So, you know, I got to change the approach. But let's go ahead and get into, I don't hear how crazy Maggie is. But let's go into the key signs of a toxic friend. So, of course, we got tips on that and everything else. Because, you know, we got to educate you.
We got to educate.
You got to know a little bit about signs of being a toxic friend, people. So, Miss Pam, you know, since you're over here just, you know, volunteering yourself on Champagne Confessions, let's get these key signs of a toxic friend if you can see it, because, you know, I got to lean all up in the camera and I can see it too now. But can you see that, Miss Pam?
I can see it.
Okay, you can do a few of them, maybe get down to 5, and then, of course, I'll get into it to about 10, and I'll let Kai get the last few.
I'll take the first few. Okay. All right. They tease or insult you regularly. Okay. They demand all your attention.
Ooh.
That's true. They make themselves the perpetual victim. I guess they just is always I'm going through it. I'm sad. Yeah. They peer pressure into you doing things that you don't want to do. I ran into that in my elementary school and teen years. That if you don't do this, we ain't gonna be your friend. A lot of that. So that's definitely true right there. They disrespect your boundaries.
We're gonna get into those boundaries and everything. We got to talk about that, but
we are jealous of other friends. That's true.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. I'm gonna get into this one. You give way more than you receive, so it's not giving back. You're doing everything. You gotta be, you know, beck and call every situation. You gotta be there front and center.
Oh yeah.
But did you realize I got things I gotta do?
Exactly.
You know, I also gotta take care of my home and things like that. So I just can't be on. I can't be on the phone with you.
Exactly.
Going through whatever you're going through every 5 minutes of the day.
Exactly.
You know, so you love when you plans, or you love when your plans get canceled. So it's like they're like, you know what, friend, I don't feel like going out this weekend. Yes. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. I ain't gotta spend no time with you. I'm great here. All right. Now I can have opportunity to do what I want to do. Because I ain't up under you all day. Friend. You often withhold.
Right. Girl, it's the truth.
You often withhold telling them your real truth.
Wow.
And you keep lying or covering for them. You know, you know, everybody's saying that ain't a friend. Girl, you need to let that friend go. She ain't gonna good for you. And it's like, but I'm just saying she just going through a lot, y'all. And you know what I'm saying? She just broke up with a boyfriend and you know, bye. So Miss Kai, you can go ahead and get the last 3 of them.
Girl, Mike talking about what I'm looking at. Child was trying to.
Lord.
I ain't stunned, Mike. Anyway,
Because he's that toxic friend. He's that toxic friend.
Mike, you made me forget where I'm.
At 11.
I'm at 11. Thank you. I was getting ready to read 10 again. Anyway, now because I got something to say about all this stuff. We got to elaborate on this. Now,
we will.
Now, y'all hear that?
She means business when she do that. Okay.
Anyway, okay, number 11, y'all. Okay, we talking about these toxic friends.
Mm-hmm.
You feel trapped or obligated to be their friend. Oh, Lord Jesus.
Lord Jesus.
You should not have to feel obligated. Anyway, number 12. You feel like you're in competition with.
I understand.
Yep.
Mike, you better hush your mouth.
We got to talk about all this.
We're going to talk about it. You are the perfect person.
Oh, my God.
Me and Mike has a love-hate relationship. I'm telling you. We are like cats and dogs. And I love them. I love them to death. But that dude right there, gives me a whole... I gotta walk away sometime and ignore his calls and blocks and everything else because it's like, Mike, I need a peace of mind because two of the same attitudes and characteristics, we clash, and that's what happens. He gotta have the last say, and I gotta have the last say, and he get offensive when I say something.
That's that Pisces.
When he say something, and it's like, I don't want to hear what you got to say. Well, you gonna listen to me? Well, no, you gonna listen to me.
Don't act like
that.
Child, I'm like an old married couple. Anyway, that's what they act like. I be like, Lord Jesus. Anyway,
she hates me.
No, she don't. Mike, it's the total opposite. It's the total opposite. It's the total opposite, brother. Trust me. Number 13. You feel completely drained. Jesus Christ, yes. You feel
we want to hear this testifying today.
Spending time together. Why do we feel like we've been part of WWF fight every time we get together?
After spending time together, it's
I got to duke my problems out, and I got to help you duke yours out. What kind of mess is that?
So we're gonna leave that up for just a little tad bit longer. An audience, go ahead and put your toxic. You ain't got to tell who it is, but can you agree that either you was his toxic friend or you experienced? I want to hear your stories, and we might get, interesting and might bring you on for a couple of minutes in the last inning of the show. But Miss Pam and Kai, it sounds like you testifying over there. What's going on?
I'm testifying.
Have you experienced some of these?
Girl, I experienced. Let me go through this list real quick. They feel. Look, I done been through number 1. Had to get them told. Number 2, they demand all of your attention. Again, went through that. I started experiencing this type of stuff when I was in, from where I can remember, elementary school.
I'm gonna move it though, so we can see our faces.
Where it starts, elementary.
Take a mental note.
Yep.
So just overall, everything that you saw, that they take up all your time, they draining you. It's competitive. All the above.
Listen, I wasn't about to go all the way down line number 13, girl, but it started in elementary school. Which I thought at the time was ridiculous because I was in elementary and I was dealing with older kids with like middle school at that time. I'm in elementary. And but as I got older, it started moving into more like the competition. Like I actually, when I was in middle school, had their ex-friend say, I'm in competition with you, or she would do things in despite you know, feeling like I was getting a lot of the attention. Like she felt like I don't know, prettier than her, whatever her case may be. And she made the comment, oh, I got to stand. Because, you know, back then you go to the movies, you go to the mall and stuff like that. And it was like, oh, I got to stand next to you because you make me look good. So at the same time, you're complimenting me, but your motives are unreal.
Yes.
And
it's
I
not
just
genuine.
right. So I had to experience that. And I had to experience, you know, before I got married, it was, oh, you got your own apartment, your own car, your own this. Well, damn, I work and I go to school and I work damn hard for it. Yeah, you're right. But it came out of a friend's mouth, another long-term friend. It was like, she said, I got to keep up with you because you got this and you got that and I don't. Okay, well, you know, at one period of time in my life, I started to question why is it that everybody I become friends with, it's like they hate me or they despise me. Like I can't be friends with anybody. And a lot of that, along with just natural drama within women, it made me go more towards the opposite sex as far as friendships, like being friends with guys. I would rather be, because I don't have this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? You can get past the you know, if they try to hit on you at first or whatever, I can deal with that. I can navigate through that and then set those boundaries and whatever, but I don't have to deal with the drama. They're gonna have my back regardless. You know, I can be normal, I can be myself. Like I hated that. And that just recently, really, to where I didn't feel that way. It was within the last few years.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, me and Kai have grown really, 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 really close in all of this. And our friendship has remained the same. And we, you know, she don't call me out on stuff that I had no control over. But it was like, you know what? You didn't text me this and I didn't hear from you on that. And I'm like, well, you didn't text, you know. So it was basically my phone was having some issues. So the lack of communication, I'm thinking like, well, I didn't hear anything. She was like, well, I didn't hear. I responded. Here's my screenshots and everything else. Here's my receipts. But guess what? We went for her birthday celebration. It was like, okay, friend. Okay, I understand.
You forgot, because when you walked through the door, I still had last.
Oh yeah, so we're gonna talk about this. Yeah. Oh, still mad at me, but I still showed up. Cause I'm like, oh, you got space then. That was one of them things. Like, well, I already set the table. I already got the reservations. I was like, okay, then. I guess I ain't going. But guess what? I added you, but you gonna come anyway. It was like it was one of those situations. It was like, okay,
yeah.
We're gonna do that, but that's the type of friendship you want. It's one of those where it's like I'm gonna call you out on whatever you got going on, but you ain't gonna come at me like that and talk to me like that. Because I do have a little mouthpiece sometimes when I feel like, oh, you trying me now, you know, friend or foe. But it was a misunderstanding, miscommunication situation. And we had us a good old time with drinking.
We did,
you know,
and everybody noticed it. The other people we were with, they were like, y'all are sitting up there like, y'all are like sisters. Y'all over there, oh, you gonna order that, and I'm gonna order this, and then we're gonna do this together, and then we're gonna do that, and then this girl, yeah, girl, It was just, they were like, y'all are too funny. Y'all are like sisters.
Yep. But that's what you want in your life, though. You want those type of friends in your life that's gonna, you know, he keep you on your feet and be like, okay, now watch it now.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I still love you. So we're gonna shake this off and have us a good time. But just know, you ain't gonna just come at me and I ain't gonna come at you like that.
And I'm observant to other people around too.
Absolutely.
Like, okay, I'm gonna say what I gotta say. I'll tell my friend, I'm gonna back off, whatever, because you know, you trust. Like at this point in my life, I trust that I attract people that are like how I am. You know what I'm saying? You're going to eventually catch on because they're observant too. So it's kind of like, I'll stay back right here. I'm going to let you know, but I'll stay right here. I got you. We good. I'll let you figure everything out, because I know when that time comes, I trust that you will
You're gonna be there.
that.
And you're gonna handle that. You're gonna be there and everything else.
Exactly.
Think about that, Pam. Just, and we're gonna get into the next tips and everything else, and I'll get into these comments as well. Just having that good friendship. Have you experienced that as well? I know you have your toxic friends, but
Yeah.
a good friendship where we can rely on each other and call each other's out on, our behaviors and still remain friends after that.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna get back to one incident where I had this toxic friend, and just had me and my best friend not speaking to each other.
Oh.
They try to throw a wedge between your best friend.
Rumors and lies. Tell that person one thing and then tell that person one thing, and you're mad at, and end up we not speaking to each other. We used to sit on the bus, had a sign seat, and we sit right next to that. We end up going the whole year not speaking to each other.
Oh,
yeah, because of this toxic friend.
That's how it is, because they're jealous of that friendship. They'll try to throw a wedge between it.
Wrote the
same bus.
Communication.
Yeah.
Realize that person has spread lies,
That's how it is.
Wow.
And Antonia said, I'm going to go back to this one. He said, I tried to help a friend out and she didn't respect my boundaries and wanted all the attention. That's that one key one, wanting all the attention. And then, of course, you get jealous of, and we're going to get into some more tips and everything so y'all can, understand and recognize you have possibly a toxic friend. And Vincent Moore said, when you plan stuff to do with them, they ghost you, but always ask when we going to hang out. Yes. So it's a convenience thing. It's like, I only need you when I need you.
But when I need you,
but when I need you, you're nowhere to be found. That's a good one. That's a good one. So we're going to get into the next one, and we're going to move this right on along. Now we know what is a toxic friend. Let's talk about the key signs. Now that you know the definition of, we already said the key. Did we do this one already? The key signs of a toxic friend.
Let me see. I think so.
Yeah, we did. The key topic. Okay, so now we're going to get into then the common impacts of a toxic friendship.
Yeah.
So how after you realize this friend isn't a good friend and everything else, now you have to deal with that. It's like, now I recognize you're not a good friend to me.
Yeah.
How is that impacting me? Because that's your feelings being hurt about things. That's you. Just like you turned the other cheek, you saw the red flags, but you're just like, that's just my friend, though. I just can't imagine my friend would do that to me. Somebody that says they care about me and everything else. What happened here? And then, of course, it can be years and years till you have your fed up moment. But common impacts of a toxic friendship. It says increased anxiety or stress about your friendship. That's not a good feeling. And that's something I just recently experienced. It was like I felt worser than I ever have, in a long time being a friend.
That's
like when you're feeling drained and you're feeling like you're, you can't talk to that person and things like that.
Yeah.
That's a bad feeling. Withdrawing from other friendships or activities, it can bring you into a place like, I just don't even want to be bothered by anybody, because that anxiety, that stress, you're just trying to deal with your own right now. You just need peace and space, because that person is just a leech, just draining every bit of energy out of you. Constantly trying to guess what your friends need. So it's like, and you're feeling guilty. It's like, I can't be there how you want me to be there because I got other things I need to deal with. But you're still wondering, what do they need? What can I show to make them feel like I'm being a friend without make them feel neglected at the same time? But that's that toxic energy, because it's all about them at the end of the day. I got all this going on. You need to be here right next to me while I'm going through this. But what about me, friend?
Right.
What about me? Then your sleep, appetite, and other badly disruptions. Just you're not doing what you said you was going to do for your goals. You're forgetting all about that because the world stops for that friend. You got to deal with whatever they're crying about and everything else. And you're not focusing on what else you got to deal with. Then at the end of the day, shit, you're exhausted. You got to go to bed.
As I don't know what.
And you ain't did nothing of what you said you was going to set yourself to do for that day because your friend just completely shut everything down.
And I'm glad you mentioned that because you ain't the only friend I had. Girl, you talking about I said something to you? No, I'll tell y'all about that one. Go ahead.
And this one, what's that word?
Exacerbation. Yeah.
Thank you. Mental health issues. I'm sorry, people. I went to APS, so I'm just mental health issue. But everybody, if you read that in chat, this hey, Nyght Ryder, how you doing?
Ryder, hey.
Love you too. Oh my God, Nyght Ryder is going through a lot right now. You guys say some prayers for him. Right about now. Let's just take a moment of silence for him for a quick second. I know we get ready to get into this topic, but Nyght Ryder, hang in there, man.
Hang in there.
He's making it.
It hurts my heart, man. It's a lot. He's losing a lot of people, significant people in his life.
Yeah.
And he's always that one that just smiles and, he won't show it, but it's like, hopefully, I don't know what's going to happen on with the developments and everything else, but hopefully I'll see him this weekend. I'm going to give him a big old hug. We're going to have us a good time.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be in town this weekend. We'll see. I know there's some things that might have to happen with those arrangements now with that news, but we're praying for you, Nyght Ryder. We love you. And of course, if you got to take a break from AFN for a moment just to get yourself together, you're making it. Okay. We're here for you. If you got to take a break and step back, we get it. Definitely get it. So
absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, but with that, just the effects of what a toxic friend can do on you for your mental and everything else. What are your opinions on what you saw right there as far as those?
You asking, Auntie, you going?
Whoever wants to go.
Go ahead, Auntie. You go ahead.
Meeting that one toxic friend can definitely make you kind of weary of meeting other people, So you have your guard up. You're not willing to show the real you when you meet somebody.
Yeah. Yep.
So it takes a lot of. It takes a lot of toll on the mental aspect of it. You're going down mentally and physically. It could lead to all kinds of mental issues. Basically,
trust issues, all that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Detachment issues too, because it's like I can't even depend on this friend because I can't go to him about anything. So it's like, are you my support system
or what?
Yeah.
Yep. That's true.
Everybody showing their prayers to Nyght Ryder. We love you, man.
Most definitely.
Hanging there, man.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
They gotta see. Yes, I know. I'm gonna call you later. I'm gonna check on you when I get off here. I'm definitely gonna check in on you. Definitely. Praying, Nyght Ryder. But Kai, what do you feel about?
Well, I did want to. That reminded me, Nyght Ryder, you was sharing something with me on our messages on Facebook, and I had the child. And I was trying to clean off my phone, and I forgot about it. So I'm gonna look back into that, Nyght Ryder. I ain't mean to ignore you. That ain't what I do. But I got you in my prayers, okay, friend. So real quick, personal story because this right here, just made me think of this friend, Maggie. You know this particular friend as well.
Yeah.
So a couple of Christmases ago, I want to say Christmas of 2021, going into 2022. Mm-hmm. So it was during the holidays. It was before Christmas. And I remember since earlier that year, I had been talking to this particular friend about the same thing. I mean, it was the same conversation. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, I did a pretty good job. Look at Kiki. Girl, stop. Anyway. Anyway. Hey, girl. But this particular friend, again, we were talking about the same thing over and over again. And so I kind of had my little, boundary set or whatever to where it really wasn't affecting me because by that time I had grown to know and demonstrated, things to keep me from just gravitating towards that energy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so, but the holidays come around again on the phone. Smart woman. I mean, if you need somebody to pray with you, whatever. I mean, I give all. Mm-hmm. And that's what made me really mad about this. Okay. Mm-hmm. This is what really made me upset because of that. I knew what type of person she was and what type of friend she is. Let me not say is. Okay. Mm-hmm. So she calls me and I already knew it, but she was having an issue with another friend. Now, yeah, I remember this story. I had been trying to tell her without saying names, like just because these are all good people. Don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you know what? I'm noticing that you're not getting anything done on your to-do list. You're helping, but you're not getting anything done. And I'm trying to talk to you. You still ain't listening to me. But I now I'm seeing why. So she's busy helping, and the same person. After I'm noticed, I'm like, dog, she sure you're helping her a lot, but okay, Mm-hmm. So she called me that day. Sure enough, they had gotten into it. And I was like, I'm not surprised. I knew it was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. I knew that, I knew that. Mm-hmm. But I can't impose on you like that. I got to let you learn whatever and just be for support from afar. Mm-hmm. So she started talking about all this. Then she started going in, and I've got this whole to-do list, the same to-do list. I haven't gotten anything done. And I'm like, I told you that. I told you that. And I was like, catering to people. Right. Mm-hmm. And I was like, see how you're now figuring it out. You're telling me. I'm not even telling you. But I had to get her told. Yeah. One real good time. Mm-hmm. And I said, let me tell you something. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. When I listen to you pray and you preach and I just love it. And when we're in church, you just bring me into this comfort. It's almost like I'm having a conversation with God in the flesh. That's just how great you are. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I said, but you a lie. You a liar. Mm-hmm. I said, because you stand up there and you tell these people out here what they need to do but are you practicing that? I said, but I know you all too well. You ain't doing none of it. I said, so when you talk and while you sound all good, I said, but for real, to be honest with you, you ain't saying shit. Excuse me, whoever don't, whatever. If I offend anyone, I apologize. Disclaimer. But you ain't saying shit. And so the phone got quiet. Mm-hmm. I said, you ain't saying shit. I said, because you get up there in that pulpit, you stand and you preach the word and you sound all good and you giving you laying it out. I said, but you're not practicing what you preach. Yep. And so for me, who knows your life outside of the church walls, I'm looking at you like, are you kidding me? Right? So I said some other things, and I had to tear her down, like all the way down, because at this point she was ready for it. She was ready to accept it based on
she was receiving the message you had.
Exactly. So I knew that God said, go on in, go on, just go on. And that's it. And you step away. I had to. Yeah. But when I tore her butt down, and I mean this in a respectful way as her friend, because some things had started to get exposed amongst other people and everything was coming to the light, right? And so after I did that with her, to allow her, it's like it pissed her off because I was just showing her what she already knew.
Yeah, you wasn't being that yes man to her at that point.
I ain't gonna do that. I'm
sorry.
To
what she needed to hear.
I'm sorry. I'm not that friend. I cannot do it. Now I can woosah with you. We can cry for a moment, and I'll let you. I'll let you be in your
But I'm gonna call you out on your stuff.
But after a while, after a while, we've been doing this for 2 weeks now. It's time to get busy. What we gonna do to change, friend? We've been crying for 2 weeks. Yeah. But I had to build her back up to also know and remind her of who she was.
Yes. You was, yes. That's the type of friend I like, because it's like, you know what? I fell off my game. I know I haven't been doing, because like last year, this whole coaching thing, I let other people push me out of where I was supposed to have been and doing what I needed to do. And this was going on, whatever. And of course, you need to, this, that, like Kai keeps it real with you. And it was like, after a while, I started realizing, you might be right, ma'am. You know,
I told you, remember, I just reminded you of what you said and what we talked about.
Oh, yeah. Accountability. You know, you got to like call me out. Like, you ain't doing what you said you was going to do. And I was like, you know what? You're right. So I just had to, dedicate myself. I was like, all right, what I'm going to do is after I get off of work, I'm dedicating at least an hour or 2 hours to my studies. You know what I'm saying? So I had to do that. But once I started doing that and picking back up and really disciplining myself, and I was like, I got to tune everybody out right now. Yeah. I can't deal with it right now. Everybody, where you at? You hiding? You doing stuff? It was like, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm all right. I'm around, but I got a goal right now, and I need to focus on that. And the more I started doing it, becomes repetitive, and it's like, you know what? Now your mind is trained to do it. So it's like, you tune everything out anyway, because you know you got to get that hour in. Okay, friend. Okay, I'll call you back. I got to get off the phone and do this. You're cutting your conversation short, or you're not even answering at all until you're done. That's how you discipline yourself for that. And Antonius Jordan said I was so stressed out because my toxic friend made it seem like I was toxic. So I just said what I had to say, and I distanced myself from the toxic friend to get my peace and tranquility. Yep. And we're going to go through these steps. This is going to be the last conversation here. Accountability. Absolutely. Yeah. She said, she needed it and she had to respect it as a friend. That's a true friend. Absolutely. Kielyn will most definitely tell you to get your shit together. I can vouch for that, for real. But at the same time, Kai has come to me, breaking down and things like that. And we've had those pick me up conversations. Like, nope, we're going to keep doing this. It's okay. Where the money at is right here. We got to do something. So it's like, we hold very accountable. Hey, I know that. Okay. All right. Setting boundary is important, and I had to learn peace is my risk. It is, and that's the key term right there, Miss. And that's another health coach right there, mental health, trauma coach as well. Follow her as well, because I'm telling you, it's that learning. That your peace is on you. You cannot expect anybody to make you happy. You got to make yourself happy. Now, when you're feeling good, you're feeling great, then that reflects on the next person. And then, you attract who you are. So when you're
Thank you.
insecure, you're down on yourself, you're going to attract those people that smells that, sense that, oh, she's vulnerable. She's hurting. She's already broken down. Let me break her down a little bit more.
Yep.
Let me put you in the palm of my hand. You're going to answer to me because you're not even caring about anything that you got going on. You just want to lean on that person. Save me, help me, protect me. But you're not protecting yourself.
Exactly.
At the same time. This is important. This is important.
Because you can't think for yourself. So they take control and tell you what you going to do and what you like and when you going to do it.
Absolutely. So it's like, don't blame everybody else for not being there and not doing this. Baby, you got to do it for you.
Yourself.
Do it for you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm sick and tired of everybody blaming everything on everything and all this. I can't do my business because you're not a part of it. You're not supporting me. Support your damn self.
Exactly.
It takes that one like.
Yep.
It takes that one opportunity that put you in the door where you need to be when nobody else had your back.
Exactly.
It's going to take that. So it's like, stop the excuses, people. Just because you didn't make $1 million today, you got one sale today. That's one sale you didn't have yesterday. Exactly. That's $10 you didn't have in your damn pocket. Stop it. Take accountability for your own actions.
Yep.
Stop giving these people the power over you.
Yep. And why would you want to release your own power from your like I mean, I guess when you're going through stuff and you just don't know which direction to turn to, I can understand that. I can understand how you feel and then allow that. But damn it, that's why I go back to. Now we've been doing this for such and such long. When you ready to take the first step.
When you're done with that.
Pull yourself up.
When you're going to go ahead and take those steps forward and stop having people pull you back.
Exactly.
Stop it.
Exactly.
It's just the same thing. And you're going to be in that same slump on the same shit. And then you get with the same dudes at the same time. So you leave that one to go right into the next toxic situation. It's a repetitive thing, man. You got to first start and look at yourself. It's like, you know what? Enough is enough.
Got to hit rock bottom for that to happen.
I'm done. So we're going to get into these tips for ending a friendship. And I put politely in a cap because, we can get a little mean sometime. And I can admit that my words sometimes it can be cut a little deep when I'm in my emotions and angry and things like that. So I have to learn to express myself in a little bit more calmer, friend, I need you to hear this right now instead of me. You're going to get all that. So I have to work on my approach and things about that, how I come across to people. Look, I know I can be an asshole sometimes. That's my accountability, though. That's my accountability.
Look, no, I'm just playing.
You know how they say absence makes the heart grow fonder. Isolation makes the mind grow wiser. The spirit and your will grow. Man.
Okay, tell me.
All right.
Everybody in this chat preaching today. Look, y'all gonna
Tillman.
Look, man, people gonna take something from this episode tonight and just like, I'm feeling good tomorrow because I'm gonna cut that friend off. Okay. Let us know about it. You cut that friend, that boyfriend, that girlfriend, whoever, your mama, your cousins. Aunt Ray and all them, you gonna let them know I ain't with this no more. Yeah,
it's a song for that. It's a song for that.
So let's get into these last things. Then we're gonna take our last sip. I'm so happy that you guys joined us tonight. I already told Matt Mike, it's no way impossible we can get to 2 hours, 1.5 hours of this topic because it just gets too good, especially when we get to preaching and things. We got something to say over here. Y'all need to learn. You need to learn a couple of these things and take something from it. And that's the purpose of this show. we don't mean to yell at you. We joke and, have a good time, but really, honestly, the purpose of Champagne Confessions and My Mental Space Incorporated, we want you to get something out of this message. Hopefully, I've reached somebody today. Hopefully, you're going to take this and write this down, replay it back, take these screenshot, these tips, whatever you need to do. But if you got that toxic person in your life that's pretty much put you down to where you are nothing, you lost your way, it's time to get back on your feet. And this is how you're going to do that. Tips for ending a friendship politely. There's such thing as polite ending of friendships. Take a break from your friend. Ooh. You just can't answer that phone call today. I can't hang out with you this weekend. Right. I got other friends and people to do, and I got a man at home somewhere that I got to entertain. I can't be your friend today. Talk out your issue. So, don't just cut them off, but let them know what has been bothering you. This is the reason why I have to take a break from you, okay? Talk it out. Let the friendship fade. Yep. Now, if they hear those issues and they're not, okay, whatever you got to say, then you got to start kind of drifting back from that friendship. And, and of course, if pulling back is not enough, end it immediately. Cease all contact, period. Then gather your thoughts. You're going to talk about it. You're going to think about it again. And it's like, what? Because you're going to miss that friend. Write your friend a letter. Yeah. That way you have time to think about what you're going to say, because maybe what you said at the time was emotional and you didn't express it the way you wanted to express it. So now you're going to write them, text them, say whatever and say, hey, I don't even want you to respond to it. I just want you to hear what I have to say. And don't be aggressive. Ooh, that's something that it's hard to control, but that delivery when you're yelling and you're crying and, then you both at each other and it's not coming out clearly. Be open and honest, though. Don't hide back of how you felt. You need to let them know you did me wrong. When you did this, when you did that, or I'm not myself right now because I got this in my life and you're making it even worse by adding this to my plate. Don't play the blame game. So that's another one. So, because at the same time, you also got to look about what you had to do in this friendship. Why is it so toxic? What role that you have in that as well? Because it takes two to tango. So some of your toxic traits might have triggered on that person, and then you guys are just toxic because, of course, she acting up, and then you acting up, and two wrongs don't make a right. Yep. That's true. Yeah, don't argue with your friend. Try to come to her or him when you're in a better headspace. But when you come into that heat of the passion, especially if it's like a friendship where you guys had a thing at some point, and it's like, I just want to be friends with you. So now you got that emotional, you got that, been physical. It's hard to come back to be a friend when that happens. So it's like, you're bringing everything else up, and you're just, everybody's emotional and having a fit, and state your expectations. So let's just say, okay, friend, I got it out. We were saying we're going to talk about it and we're going to try to work this out. But now you know how I feel. And these are my expectations if we're going to move forward with this friendship. I need you to know what I expect. I see some comments in this chat. I hope y'all, kind of read all of that. But, what do y'all think about that?
I mean, I just wanted to point out real quickly, when you're having these conversations, it's important to know, to communicate the proper way. And when I say that, I mean, actively listening, because instead of trying to figure out what you're going to say next, because if you'll be surprised if you actively listen, because that's part of good communication. If you're actively listening to that person, you trust me, you're gonna know what to say. It's gonna be a natural, mutual, give and take dialogue if both parties are doing that. And then what I try to do too, instead of saying, well, Maggie or Auntie, you did this. When you did this, you made me you did this, you did this.
Yeah.
Instead of, I try to say, well, Maggie, you know, when you did that or said that, you made me feel this type of way.
Right.
You know, I'm just allowing
That's
her.
that blame. That's that blame.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So communication is not just you open up your mouth and you doing this all of the time. It's actively listening. Okay, because what you want to do is stop. I feel like these conversations are more on the selfish side because we're not actively listening. We're just, yeah, you go ahead, because I got something to say too. I got to prove my point. Just sit there. You can prove your point.
And I like what you said right there, because it's like, okay, if you actively listen without your emotions, you're ready to respond and react, and then that's when you get offensive. And I have an issue with that myself. Like, I do get offensive, and it's hard for me to kind of hear what you got to say. Then I shut up and listen. It's like, you know, I'm mad, but I'm like, okay, I'm gonna listen to you. What you got to say it.
Because it pierces your soul.
It pierces, but at the same time, it's like, you know what? I didn't know that. So it's like, you make me feel this way. Well, friend, you didn't tell me. You didn't, you didn't explain that to me. How am I supposed to read your mind? Yada, yada, yada. So now it's like, oh, okay. Well, maybe I should have said something. So now you're actively listening, like, I didn't know that. But let me tell you, I didn't, so instead of with your emotions, you're listening with your ears. And it's like, okay, friend, maybe this was a miscommunication. I'm glad we brought it to my attention. What can we do about that now?
Exactly.
And ghosting is your approach. And I have a habit of doing that myself. And my therapist is like, sometimes that's not a good
that's not
strategy. Now, if the person just won't, they don't catch on to it, then yes, you do have to let that go and really, but you have to at least try to let them know how you feel. And if it's going off of deaf ears each and every time, then of course you got to put that final say and like, okay, I've had enough. I explain everything. Okay,
give that person a chance
to let it go. Give that person a chance, basically.
Right.
So, and Tequila said, you listen to replay and figure out who you need to eliminate from your circle. So you just kind of listen, because some people's stories change up. They're not truthful to what they have said, because people get caught up now. Because I'll go back and ask a question. So you said you was at Shay Shay house at 11 o'clock Eastern PM, and you said you didn't say anything, but you still got a lot of information about that. What was your role in that situation, though? Because you got all the tea, but did you contribute to that conversation, though, friend? Let me listen and question you just a little bit. I ended up, he said I ended immediately, no further contact, and I was done. Sometimes we got to do that. And it says, yes, get it all off your chest. That's self-love and self-care for you. Go ahead.
Yeah, got to take care of you.
I'm just dropping my phone. I'm sorry, Paper. I'm sorry.
You're just excited.
I'm excited. I've been preaching. But, y'all saying some great tips out here. She said, listen to understand. You used to be block. We have been there, done that. Quite a few times, I must say. In recent times, I can also say I'm a project, a working project. So well, I have a therapist of my own that I see her tomorrow. Actually, so we're gonna talk about some things that don't happen recently. But like they said, therapists need therapists.
And you'll find a new way of doing things once you start practicing, new habits, because we're operating on what we know. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna block you real quick and be done and gonna move on about my life. But
and you living the best life. You on vacation, you drinking and sipping, you doing the things you and your friend used to do, and they like, oh, they just forgot about me. And then of course that friend got new friends she ain't even cool with, but just because they hanging out to make you mad. Oh, you having a good old best life, and then y'all both staring at each other channel, pages incognito and stuff like that. Just like, what's she doing? Or what's she doing? Oh, did she say something about me? You ain't over it. You are not over it.
Right.
But my therapist did say, and I'm glad you had said that earlier, Kai, when it was basically, you're saying you. What she said was, you need to change how you say things. Instead of saying you are the reason, you. I felt this because of what you did, and it made me feel bad. Right. So instead of saying coming at them and just blaming them for everything, you need to change that approach in that conversation and then say, you know what, I felt bad when you said that word about me. I felt bad when you left me alone in the whatever. And that made me sad, and that's why I went into depression. That's why I isolated myself from you. I. That's changing the tone of that conversation. Yeah. Now it's like, I reacted this way because of this. Now instead of I just blame you for everything and I don't fuck you.
Absolutely.
That's getting nowhere. That's not fixing the situation.
And you know what? When you're wanting to have these conversations, you have to know what you're communicating, because a lot of times, you try to have these conversations and it's just like, well, I could say, well, what's bothering you? What are you mad about? I don't know. It's just when you just be tripping. Okay. How? Be able to communicate that and explain to the other person so that they'll know, because just saying you don't know and she just be tripping or he just be tripping or whatever, that ain't gonna do it. Yeah. That's not gonna do it.
Whew. So we got deep in this conversation, but we're gonna have to give y'all even. I already told Mike this wasn't gonna be a 1 hour and
get her.
No, we get to preaching and everything else, but the fact that you guys stayed with us the whole time, that means the most. You guys go ahead and share this content out.
Please like and subscribe to this channel.
Tuesday, every 8 p.m., whatever time zone you're in, Eastern. Tune us in. Set those alert buttons, Tequila. Make sure you set those alert bells so you'll know that we live. Write on your calendar that Champagne Confessions, and then of course you are welcome to come on back on here, because we got to hear you preach, Hanny. Because we love to have other coaches on the show and give y'all some life lessons and stuff like that. But let's go ahead and get our final sip and get up out of here, because we got jobs and babies and things to do in the bedroom and stuff. You got to get that going. So I ain't trying to hold y'all up no more. So the last sip. Go ahead, Miss Pam, if you got any last words to the fans and anything you want to talk about.
I have enjoyed my time on this show. Thank you so very much for having me.
Oh, yeah.
And definitely like and subscribe to the channel, because these two ladies are rock stars. Definitely, for sure.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you, Pam.
Thank you, Auntie.
Yes. Yes.
Oh God. Oh Jesus.
Now, a little about you, Miss Pam. In case some people are new to this channel and don't even know anything about Atlanta Falcons Nation. Who are you?
Well, I'm Auntie Pam to most of the AFM sports podcasts. We got a show that's on Thursday night called the Lady Birds of AFN, and I'm part of that show. So I would definitely like all of y'all to come to that show, because ladies that know their stuff about
Oh
sports.
yes. Oh
Yes.
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 Yes, we do. That's why I love it. It's like we are not cheerleaders and just I don't even know who this player is. Oh no. We know the sport.
Definitely.
And we will go in on players and everything else about this team because we're passionate, we're loyal,
Yes.
and we just love them. So
Yes.
come hear these
I'm
ladies talk
excited
about it.
this. I am so excited about this season. So
Oh,
I
absolutely.
know.
tune
They
in
got a
Thursday
daddy
at
coach.
8.
Tune in Thursday at 8. We're gonna talk about what we're excited about
Definitely.
because our coach got us over here like
Papa coach.
Papa coach is like
Y'all better get right. He gonna pull that pedal
You
on y'all.
I would definitely share the links to my Facebook page, my Twitter page,
oh
whatever.
yeah. Y'all ain't heard that
Definitely.
speech. He was that man is fired up.
Go listen to it. Just Google it.
Go listen to it. Your homework tonight. Go listen to it.
Serious.
And check us out on Thursday so you can hear what we have to say on it.
Good
night, everybody. And Miss Kai, go ahead. Your last sip.
Oh, well, I'll just say this because we can wrap it up. Guys, listen, just find your inner peace and happiness. Set healthy boundaries and on all relationships. And just be a good friend, okay? And wait, I don't know if y'all can see this, but it says trust in the Lord with all your heart. It's Proverbs 3:5, okay?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, that's all I got. And of course, I love you guys.
That's right. We're going to give y'all even back. And Darren said, good night, everyone. Read your Bible. The word said that reading scripture is the way to your blessing, peace, and love. On that note, a viewer did send me something from T-Boz. So happened to drop an hour ago. And I think it's fitting to close it out with our last sip. But she said, life doesn't wait for you to be okay. You got to get up every day and keep it pushing.
That's it.
That's it.
There's no time to sit there and, I'm sorry. You got to get up. You got to get up. You got to keep it going because tomorrow is never promised.
Exactly.
Live in the current and in the moment, please. Yesterday is yesterday, and don't look too far. I know we like to plan, but don't look too far ahead. Enjoy the moment because life will pass you by.
Absolutely. On that note, people, also look for the link for the Red and Black Atlanta Falcons Nation event July 13th. Get your tickets or find the Facebook Evite and just RSVP. Even if you ain't got $20 today, you got to wait to Friday and mom and them to get their money back. Pay for your ticket.
Hey,
it's only 20. It's only, what is it? $20 tickets, I believe.
You did 20 for this year. Yeah.
$20. That's going to get you to eat and drink and get you in the door. And we're going to have some fun, some games and everything else. We salute you guys though, but we got to get out here because I got to go eat and all that good stuff and love and hug on people because we love you. All right, people. Peace.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Bye. See you later.
We love you, girl.